Good morning, students. Welcome in your computer online class. Okay, children. Today we are going to study about database. Okay. Chapter 9, Part 1. So, I welcome you again, children. Let's start. We are going to study about OpenOffice. Okay, children? OpenOffice ORG. So, database is the part of OpenOffice. Similar, we are having Access. MS Access, Microsoft Access. That is again a database management system that we learn in Windows. That is MS Office. Okay, Microsoft Office. Here we are having Open Office. Let's start, children. Introduction to Database Management System, Part 1. What we are going to learn today here, let's see the contents. Database functioning, how database works, advantages of database, flat database and relational database, DBMS, that is Database Management System of OpenOffice.org, creating a database, designing tables, setting a primary key, and open an existing database, query, form, reports. These things we are going to learn in this session. Okay, children, but in different parts. What is the database exactly? Let's have the introduction first. Database means DBMS, stands for Database Management System. Database is a software system for creating, organizing, and managing the database. It provides an environment to the user to perform operations on database for creation, insertion, deletion, updating, and retrieval of the data. Now, database we are talking about. So, first we know what is data. Okay. Collection of raw facts and figures, raw material that can be processed by any computing machine. Okay. A collection of facts from which conclusions may be drawn. Data can be represented in form of numbers and words, which can be stored in computers language. Okay. Now, children, here you can see the image of different numbers and characters. Fine. For us, what these numbers and characters are. If I just go through A to Z, A, B, C, D like that, 1 to 100 or 1 to 1000 or 1 to any infinite number. So they are a complete data, which means we have to work with these data. ये 26 characters English alphabets के and English, okay, A to Z alphabets 26 characters, or we can say numbers, any number. So they are simply data without process. लेकिन जब हम इन characters को, English characters को साथ में रखकर like COMPUTER, तो जब हमने इन 8 कैरेक्टर्स को लिया और सिस्टमेटिकली अरेंज किया तो वो एक बन गया फैक्ट. अंडरस्टूड? वो एक कंप्लीट इंफॉर्मेशन बन गया. इसी कंप्यूटर के स्पेलिंग के कैरेक्टर्स को इफ वी जस्ट ब्रेक डाउन एंड कीप हियर और देयर, दे आर सिंपली अगेन रॉ फैक्ट्स, रॉ फिगर्स. गॉट इट? सो व्हाट इज डेटा? The data is a completely collection of raw facts and figures. हम इन्हीं database पे काम करते हैं बच्चों. We are working on the different datas, making them or converting them in information, and then after report has to be generated out. So that is called what? ये पूरा process करने के लिए we require a kind of software or kind of package that is called database. Okay. A database refers to a collection of related data and a database system. is basically a computer-based record-keeping system. In a typical file processing system, permanent records are stored in various files. A number of different applications, programs are written to extract records from and add records to the appropriate files, but this scheme has number of major limitations and advantages, such as data redundancy or data inconsistency. Okay. Now children, as I told earlier that we are processing the raw facts and figures and converting them into a meaningful uh, result. That result is called what? Information. फाइन, जैसे मैंने आपको कहा कि A to Z कैरेक्टर्स 26 कैरेक्टर्स में से हमने अगर COMPUTER कैरेक्टर्स ले लिए और हम उन्हें एक सिस्टमैटिक स्पेलिंग फॉर्म करते हैं तो दैट बिकम्स व्हाट्स अ कंप्लीट इंफॉर्मेशन. Understood? So this is what systematic and meaningful form of data is called information. Knowledge acquired through study or experience. Information helps human beings in their decision making. Okay, so that is information. Data हमने समझ लिया, raw facts and figures. Information समझ ली, that is output of raw facts and figures when they are processed through a particular uh, package or software through computer system. That is information. Now अब देखते हैं ये database क्या है. Okay. A repository of logically related and similar data. ये डेटा डेटाबेस लॉजिकली रिलेटेड और सिमिलर डेटा की एक रिपोजिटरी है. ओके. एंड ऑर्गेनाइज्ड collection of related information so that it can easily be accessed, managed and updated. Example, dictionary, airline database, student database. Student database, like in your class teacher is having the attendance record. School office is having your fees record. Okay, so this is what your sports department is having your sports record. Fine. And your class teacher is having your academic records. Got it? So they are related. Fine. It's not like if I'm searching for my report cards in my school office, or if I am searching for address in dictionary. For address, I have to search in directory, or telephone number, I have to go and search in telephone directory, not in dictionary. Fine, children? So that is related. Access, so that it can be accessed, managed and updated. That is called database. Library. Of course, in library we are having different sort of subjects and the collection of books on those subjects, right? But we are having the different shelf for those subjects. Got it? Railway timetable, YouTube. On YouTube, if I want to listen the songs of Rahul Vaidya or all different, we are having the particular what? Systematic arranged uh, output of the data. That is called what? Database, which is managed by database. And that is to be accessed by the user. Understood, children? Database Management System, DBMS, is basically a computer-based record-keeping system. Very simple to understand. Computer-based record-keeping system or program is called what? Database Management System. For example, we are having many. MySQL, second Microsoft Access. Then we are having FileMaker. We are having FoxPro. Same way in OpenOffice we are having Base. Okay. Let's see the textbook what says database management system. To work with computerized database, one must first define and create database. However, just creating database is not only task. In order to keep the database ready with latest up-to-date data, Following basic tasks are expected to be performed regularly with as much ease as possible. Let's see which are the tasks here. Adding data into the database as and when transactions take place. Editing the content of database with corrections required as and when noting or noticed. Removing unnecessary data from the database if any. Organizing the database in a proper manner. Retrieval of data as per user requirement. Securing data stored in database. Maintaining backup of database, allowing multiple users to access database simultaneously, allowing data to be stored in multiple languages, allowing data to be stored in multiple places. Let's say hard disk or in pen drive or in your computer system. Okay, children. So this is what database management system does. How database works. The database system do not maintain separate copies of same data. Rather, all the data are kept at one place and all the applications that require data refer to centrally maintained data. Okay. Now, if any changes to be made to data, it will be made at just one place and the same changes informations will be available to all the application referring to it. Understood, children? That means if I am making a students table, okay, in that if I am keeping the student's date of birth, student's GR number, student address, student's phone number, and let's say one student comes and asks me to change my phone number or change my date of birth or address, and I am making changes in the main database, and let's say now students, one more table is there or one more database is there which has the name. This was the main database, student details. Now we are having student sports detail. In sports detail, I am having student name, student date of birth and phone number. Or student roll number I can take, name I am not taking. So if I am making changes in students main table, in students date of birth, some of students date of birth, that date of birth will be automatically get updated in my database of students database of sports. That is what how database work. Change in one table or change in main system or change in main database will update the related databases to that particular uh, data. Got it, children? Now introduction, how the base was introduced or database was brought to system. Base. In OpenOffice database is known as base. Base is Relational Database Management System, RDBMS. Okay, as it follows the relational model. That relational, what kind of? We will see for later. As discussed earlier, the manner in which information organized have a profound effect on how easy and efficient is to access and manage database. Perhaps the simplest but most versatile way to organize information is to store in tables. Yes, the main entity of the database or the main core part of the database is called what? Table. Children, table is not that on which you keep your study books or you keep your dinner. Table is what? A table which is the which is consisted of rows and columns, different rows and column in those rows. That is table to keep the record. Okay. The relational model is centered on this idea, the organization of data into collections of two-dimensional tables called relation. 2D table, that is called relations. This database was designed by E.F. Cott. Relational model is based on the theory of sets and relations of mathematics. It was designed by E.F. Cott. Okay. So a DBMS is based on relational model is called RDMS, RDBMS. क्योंकि database relational model पे बेस्ड ऑन है, इसीलिए हम इसे रिलेशनल डेटाबेस मॉडल कहते हैं बच्चों. ओके, it's a most successful data model, right? One of the reason behind the success of relational model is its simplicity. It's easy to understand and data relationship and easy to manipulate or work with it. Base is a collection of related data objects known as table, query, report, and application modules. Let us now understand objects that can be created using base in brief. Each of these objects are discussed in detail in later chapters. Data objects in base. Let's see, children. The first and main important object, or we can say important entity or core part of the database is called table. Table नहीं होगा तो we are not able to work on database. Table के बिना हम ना query पे काम कर सकते हैं, ना form पे, ना ही different modules of database पर. Okay, children? Let's see table. Here you can see, children, this is complete table. This is a table in which first name, last name, address, city, birth date, joining date, contact number and designation. This is employee table is given here. Okay, let's see. And you can see हर एक जो ये contents आपको दिख रहे हैं, first name, last name, ये हैं fields, ठीक है? और इन contents में जो data filled है, that is called what? Records. Okay, ये इस first name में कितने records हैं? 4. Last name में भी 4 records. These are the different fields, head parts, and fields में जो data fill किया गया है, that is record. This is employee table. Okay, children? I hope you are getting it. अब ये table, as I said earlier, rows and columns से, तो ये एक box is called columns, right? As in Excel you see. और ये यहाँ से एक इन कॉलम की जो कंप्लीट रो है, लाइन 1 2 3 4 5, वी आर हैविंग 5 रोज. अगर ये 5 रोज और इन ईच 5 रो वी आर हैविंग 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 5 rows, 8 columns in each row. Okay, let's see. Being our DBMS table is a basic unit for storing data. That is basic unit for storing data in database design using base. Tables are organized in form of columns and rows. To decide what information would be stored in table and what would be the column titles, database designer needs to first decide entities in database. Entities are real world objects about which information is to be stored in database. For example, while creating a database design for employee attendance system, the first entity which comes to our mind is what? Employee. अगर हम बना रहे हैं employee attendance system का database, तो सबसे पहले क्या आता है? हम किसके बारे में database बना रहे हैं? Employee के बारे में. Okay? So, details of each employee needs to be stored in database. These details are stored in the form of rows. Each entity generally has collection of attributes associated to it. For example, each employee would have attributes like, attributes means features, right? Name, first name, last name, address, date or date of birth, contact number. So attributes of an entity are represented in form of columns. In this figure you can see, children, this is relational model. And what are the terms used to refer to various components of tables? Field, record. Got it, children? Next part of database is form. Form, we need to enter new record into table, edit existing record into table, and view records available with the table. Form is an object which allows entering the data in table and editing or deleting existing data in the table. It consists of format, style, widgets like radio buttons, list, boxes and provides easy and systematic way to populate table with the data. Children, here you can see this table in which you can see all the employees data all together. But in form, we will see each and every single employee's data together. I mean to say in format of form. Okay. यहाँ टेबल में हम सारे एम्प्लॉयज का डेटा एक साथ देख सकते हैं, जबकि in form we will have individual data of each employee. Next we are having query. Query means two questions. Yes, a question asked within database environment is known as query. For example, how many Android based mobiles were sold in July current year? Query displays subset of data contained in various tables of database. Let's say इस table में if we want to know about Anya, okay, her address or how many mobiles she has sold or rest any information regarding table, so we can go to in query part, right? There we can ask question and find out the result, but that has the procedure to do with it. Next is report. The output of query in base is displayed in form of rows and columns. As we discussed earlier, the available data is to be processed for required information and output comprised of information is to be generated. जब क्वेरी का रिजल्ट आता है तो उसे हम रिपोर्ट के फॉर्मेट में जनरेट करते हैं, राइट? Obviously, user expect more formal and attractive output. So, Base has facility to prepare effective professional reports. The presentation of report is in organized and readable format as per the user requirement is known as reports. Various complex reports could be generated that can help in taking decision by management in organization. Got it, children? Management in organization. Well, you can see the format of report. There are many different formats are there according to the company. Okay, the reports are to be made. Well, children, to be continued for today or this session. That's enough. Go through along with your textbook topic wise. That will help you a lot to understand the topics or understand the content. Thank you, children. See you next session. Have a good day. God bless you.